It's been 5 years.
Hurry, Mr. Shaw is waiting for you.
You're not the daughter of the Shaw family. You're a servant's child. How shameless. 6 years ago. Welcome to my birthday party.
Yael, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I won't let Zach marry my sister that easily. You're protective of Yael. Will you cry if she marries Zach in the future?
I'm your daughter instead. I'm your daughter. She's the servant's daughter. The servant deliberately swapped us. Matron of the Shaw family, she stole my life.
Cade Shaw was once my brother who protected me for 18 years. Yet he ruined my life for Sulo. Had imprisoned 6 years ago. Mr. Shaw, what you want?
Sue was in a car accident and needs a kidney transplant. You owe her this. Yael, your life belongs to Sue. We just want a kidney.
You know I was born with a heart condition. Die if you do that.
Then just go die. Take her to the hospital.
If unaware of the law, I enlighten you. Forcing someone to donate organ, a criminal offense.
The son you had with that man from 6 years ago is still with me. Mom!
Mom.
Joe? Joe, take it out on me. Don't hurt son.
Yael Shaw. Did you consider the consequences when you betrayed me? Tell me. Who's the B** starred?
I don't know. The person who left me in another man's bed is Cade. Ask him.
Mr. Shaw, bad news.
I asked you to put on a show. You got someone to hurt her.
Mr. Shaw, I didn't do it. The room was locked from the inside when we came last night. That man left the hotel right after sleeping with her. We didn't know who it was.
Investigate it. Yes, Mr. Shaw. Cut the crap. She'll do the tissue match tomorrow.
Mom.
Don't be afraid.
I thought they'd let me and Joe go if I served my years in prison. But I was too naive. I must stay alive. For Joe's sake.
Get down. You ain't Miss Shaw anymore. Joe, don't be scared.
I'm here.
Get down.
Joe. No. What are you doing?
Mr. Gold, look. This BTCH thinks she's the heiress of the Shaws. She's just an imposter with an illegitimate child.
Don't you dare hit my mom!
Joe.
Brat.
What's the commotion?
Mr. Ian.
Ian.
Dad!
Joe.
He's asking for it.
Mr. Ian is aloof and severely germophobic.
He also hates children.
This brat is about to be in serious trouble. Mr. Gold, I'm sorry, he's just a kid.
Ian, he doesn't know any better.
How old are you?
Mr. Ian isn't mad at all.
I'm 5.
Joe, Dad, take you home. Let's go.
Yael Shaw?
Joe, listen to me. He's not your dad. I'll take you to find your dad.
Ian, I'm sorry. She has to repay what she owes Sue. I'll deal with this. Brat, come with me. Hurry up and bring the man to me. Take this brat away. Are you my dad?
Please be my dad and protect me and Mom.
This woman. Why did that night suddenly come to mind?
Ben Ford, Ian's assistant. Mr. Ian, you should change before meeting Mr. Gold Sr. I'll throw away the pants that he touched.
It's okay.
Kiddo, let go.
Joe.
Mr. Ian, this child. He looks like he could be.
Mr. Ian's son. I'm not your dad.
Mom, where's Dad?
He's so fierce, yet he's so gentle toward that kid.
Why isn't Dad here to protect us?
Joe, be a good boy. I'll protect you.
Ben, it's been 6 years. Any info on that person?
The hotel's CCTV didn't capture anything as it was broken. You didn't ask me to look into it right away back then.
Are you blaming me?
I wouldn't dare.
Continue your search.
Yes, Mr. Gold. Who sent you here?
I'll give you money.
Just let me go.
I'm begging you.
Stop the car. Her voice. The woman that night was Yael.
Mr. Gold, what's wrong?
Turn around.
Mr. Gold, did you leave something?
Go back.
Yes, Mr. Gold.
Finding a kidney donor shouldn't be hard. Given family's influence, why do you have to do this to me? You owe this to Sue. Joe. Are you okay? How could you hurt a child?
I wasn't using any force.
Joe. I'm here. We'll go to the hospital.
Yael. Long time no see.
My son fainted. Go to the hospital.
Zach, isn't it normal for kids to faint? I frequently faint too.
I didn't say you can leave. And go to the hospital.
Joe.
He deserves it.
Joe, I'm here. We'll go to the hospital.
Move aside.
I'll donate a kidney. If you send him to the hospital.
Mr. Gold.
Where's Yael and her son? The boy fainted.
Mr. Zach took them to the hospital.
To the hospital.
Mr. Gold, why the sudden interest in Yael Shaw? She's the Shaw servant's daughter, conspired with her mother to swap lives with Sue. She's a fraud. It's best not to get involved in this mess.
As far as I know, Yael was swapped at the hospital after birth. How can a newborn conspire with her mom? Explain it to me. Don't listen to rumors. Don't believe everything you hear or even see. Don't judge someone without knowing them.
Yes, Mr. Gold.
The patient isn't doing good. We suspect it might be a genetic disorder. We need his biological dad to undergo genetic testing. Have him come for a blood test. We can discuss further once the results are in.
Doctor, his biological dad.
We can't determine best treatment plan without the dad's cooperation. If we miss the chance, let's see how you continue to protect that man.
This must be retribution. Who was it? That night? Zach, I don't feel well. Take her for the matching test. The doctor said I can't wait any longer.
Took to the hospital. You should keep your promise.
Joe, don't fear. I'll definitely find your dad.
Chairwoman of Lead Corp.
Hey, are you blind? Stay away.
Hey, madam.
Don't waste your time with people like that.
Are you okay?
This girl looks like me when I was young.
Hurry up and donate your kidney to Ms. Lowe. Don't waste our time.
What you doing? You've gone too far.
Where are you taking her to?
You're just a cleaner. Mind your own business. Get lost.
Madam Cork, the doctor is waiting.
Why are you?
I just got splashed by a car at the hospital entrance. A kind cleaner lent me her uniform. Forget this. I met a girl who's the spitting image of me when I was younger. Come with me and ask her. I think she's my daughter. Madam Cork didn't see anyone.
Mom? Mom?
Judy. Mom. Judy, this child is the spitting image of Jim. Indeed. Don't cry. Looking for someone?
I'm looking for my mom. The bad guys must have taken her away.
You've gone too far. Where are you taking her? Hurry, find his mom. He resembles Jim. This child is a lead. Madam Cork, hurry up. I won't be mistaken this time. Hurry up and call Jim. Tell the 3 brothers to get to the hospital immediately. Yes, Madam Cork. My dear. I gave birth to my daughter in this hospital. She was kidnapped just after birth. I've been searching for her for 27 years.
Release me. I've already paid. Debt of 5 years. In prison.
Kate, Dad, Mom, look. She won't give up. She wants to take everyone away from me.
Yael, Sue is my only sister. What gives you the right to argue with her? Let me tell you, I'm Sue's brother. If you won't obey me, I'll make sure your child disappears in Valia.
You took 20 years of my daughter's life. Return it. You'd better not do anything funny. Otherwise, you might not survive the surgery.
Take that brat away. Throw him to the river if she does anything funny. Yes, Mr. Shaw.
Don't touch my son. Don't touch him. Stop. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yael. I've instructed the surgeon.
You won't survive the surgery.
Dad!
Joe! Joe, where's your mom?
Am I seeing things? Is Mr. Gold soothing the child?
Mr. Gold,
Mrs. Lead.
didn't expect to see you here. I'm looking for his mom.
Me too.
Hans Lead, eldest son of the Lead family. Third son of the Lead family. Second son of the Lead family.
Mom, did you call us over in a hurry to look for someone?
Look at this child. He resembles young Jim. He's related. His mom is definitely your sister. Hurry up and find her.
Mom, don't frighten him. Mr. Gold, sorry. My mom has depression. She's here for treatment. Hans, don't trigger Mom. She might be right. The doctor said Mom's getting worse. We should just give it a try. Okay. Mom, don't worry. I'll order a lockdown on the hospital to look for the woman. Dad, the bad guys want Mom's kidney.
To the operating room.
I don't want her to survive this.
Release me. Let me go.
Yael, you must be naive to think I'll let you survive. Don't worry. I'll send your kid to accompany you in the afterlife.
Sulo, you'll pay for this.
You may begin.
Release me.
Mom.
Yael, Yael.
Mom, Yael.
Ian, why are you here?
You've become totally lawless.
Premeditated murder.
Ian Gold, that's nonsense. It was. She owes my daughter that.
Exactly. She's pitiful to have parents like you.
Am I dreaming? It's likely just a vision before death.
Ian would never come to my rescue.
Please save my mom.
Get the doctor. You're awake.
Mom.
Mr. Gold,
Madam.
why are you here?
Since you're awake, tell them yourself that you donated your kidney willingly.
If you change your mind, you'd better watch your son. You're the cleaner. Why are you here? You're so nosy.
How dare you force her to donate her kidney?
What's it got to do with you? You're just a cleaner. None of your business. Leave.
The Shaw family's upbringing. Looks like there's no reason to continue our partnership.
No need for that.
Stop pretending. What does a cleaner have to do with Lead Corp?
You don't even know Madam Jane Cork, Lead Corp's chairwoman. How foolish and ridiculous.
Who knew she was actually the chairwoman of Lead Corp?
Madam Cork. Mr. Lead, why are you here?
Mom.
Is this how you raise your kids? You failed as parents. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Madam Cork, don't be mad. There must be a misunderstanding? How is forced kidney donation a? I'm a lawyer. Here when you're ready to file a lawsuit.
Thank you.
Why Madam Cork here?
We didn't know she was the chairwoman of Lead Corp. I thought she was a cleaner because of her uniform.
Madam Cork, you don't know what's going on in our family. Yoel is our servant's daughter. Sue is the real victim who was swapped at birth back then. She wronged Sue.
Mrs. Shaw, you're twisting the facts. By your logic, Yael is also a victim. You never truly loved her, nor did you ever treat her like family. This is why she has ended up like this.
Mom, our sister was deliberately stolen. If Yael is our sister, shouldn't act rashly. Let's gather all the facts first. Ian, stay out of this. Yael's life is a mess. She wronged me.
Really? You're an illegitimate child who got to where you are today.
Because of your mom.
Yet you have the nerve to insult her personal life.
Mr. Gold, you shouldn't air your dirty laundry. Zach is still your half-brother, no matter what.
Don't air dirty laundry? But you have no problem airing yours in public. How embarrassing.
Mom, since the Shaws can't differentiate right from wrong, there's no reason for us to continue the partnership. Let's end everything. Madam Cork, this isn't right. Our partnership is strong.
Mr. Shaw, you can come back to me about the partnership when you've raised your daughter properly.
Madam Cork, a misunderstanding. Yoel is my daughter. This is a family matter. My mom isn't your daughter.
Now you decide to acknowledge her. Sue caused this mess. She can sort it out.
Zach.
Patient needs rest. Leave if there's nothing else. Look at what you've done.
Yael. 6 years ago at Rich Hotel. Did you? Six years ago at Rich Hotel.
Did you, Mr. Gold? I found the woman from 6 years ago. Finta confessed. It's Wendy Jones from the Jones family. Finn spiked your drink to set up a honey trap to control you. But Wendy Jones got drunk and ended up in your room by accident. Finn claims he witnessed it.
All right. Take care of yourself. I'll take my leave since I'm busy.
Thank you. Stay safe.
It's not Yael. She's nothing but trouble. If you get involved with her, you can never get rid of her.
Did you ignore what I just said?
No. Mr. Gold, where are we going?
To the Jones residence.
My dear.
Madam, I didn't know you were Lead Corp's chairwoman. For some reason, I feel a connection when I see her.
Mom, she was the one who brought me to you.
Thank you.
No problem. You're a good person. You helped me up when someone bumped into me. I'm sorry. Did I hurt you?
Mom, don't frighten her. Let her rest. It's time for your appointment.
Get some rest. I don't know why, but my heart hurts whenever I see her. I have a feeling she's your sister.
Mom, we've been searching for years. If we could have found her, we would have by now. Mom, don't worry. We'll look into the Shaw family. We'll use the hair for a paternity test.
Stop crying. Wendy Jones, Jones family. Don't worry. The Golds are a reputable family. You'll get an explanation.
Ian,
It was you at the hotel 6 years ago, right? Thank God it's you. Ian, you did such a terrible thing to Wendy back then. You need to take responsibility. And give us an explanation.
I was drunk back then. Miss Jones, were you drunk?
Ian, I went into the wrong room because I was drunk.
Really? If it was your mistake, why should I be the one to give an explanation? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Ian Gold, what do you mean? You're a man. You didn't suffer any losses.
This matter hasn't been investigated. Even if Ms. Jones, we still don't know if it was deliberate. It's a bit early to talk responsibility. I'm here to tell you this. I'll take responsibility if she has done nothing wrong. But if it wasn't her,
Ian. It was really me. I was in your room when I woke up. I'm not lying.
we'll talk about responsibility. Once the truth is out then.
Ian. Hey. Ian Gold, you can only be mine.
Mr. Gold, didn't you look for Miss Jones? Wanted to be responsible?
The Joneses wanted to form a marriage alliance with us. Wendy even confessed to me in public. But I turned her down. If she was the woman from 6 years ago, she couldn't have passed up such a perfect chance to push for marriage. Carry on investigating.
Mr. Gold, are you saying that the Joneses and Finn have conspired to deceive you? Mr. Ford.
You'd be fired already if you weren't Mr. Gold's cousin.
Where are you going? Why care about B*TCH? You can't afford to offend the goods. You're asking for trouble.
Mom, is Yael your daughter or not? You dote on Sue. She seems more like your daughter instead.
Shut up. Your sister has a good life, but you're jealous of her.
Yes. Sue is indeed the daughter of the Shaw family, but Yael is my real sister. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. Yael is your real sister. But what about the Gold family? Do you think we can offend them? What an idiot.
Uncle Sean!
Joe. Yael, did the Golds and the Shaws give you any trouble?
She had a son out of wedlock and was even an ex-convict. I've tried to get someone for you, but no one is interested. You're such a burden.
Sean.
Joe is sick. It's a rare genetic disorder. The doctor said we need to locate his biological dad to help with the testing. I must find his dad.
But you don't know who's the dad as well. What do we?
This brat here is a blight on your life. I'm telling you. We don't have spare money to treat him.
No need to worry. Earn money.
I'll do whatever it takes to get Joe the treatment he needs.
Don't tantrum like a rich girl. You're my daughter. You're destined to be poor. By the way, I found you a husband. He's the manager of a chilled meat factory. He doesn't mind that you have a son. Done time? He's offering $100,000. Marry him immediately.
Who cares the $100,000? That man is in his 50s.
I seriously doubt you're really my mom.
What's this nonsense? Of course, I am.
I don't care if you are. You didn't raise me. You can't decide my fate. I'll look after Joe. I decide. Stay out of my life.
Hey! You were expelled because you were imprisoned. Do you think you can support this burden? You're a high school graduate who can barely support yourself.
Yael was the top scorer in our area's college entrance exam. She got into Darvon College with the top score. She ended up like this because of the Shaw and Gold family's blackmail. She was destined for greater things.
She has no connections. Does she think she has a future in Valia after offending the Shaws and the Golds? Bah!
Mr. Gold, look who's here.
Working.
Move aside. The high and mighty Miss Shaw used to be out of our league. We wouldn't dare get close to her. Mr. Shaw really did dote on his little sister.
She's not my sister. Sue is.
I'm glad I'm not your sister. I'm glad I'm not your sister.
You're just a servant's daughter. Quit acting all high and mighty. I heard she had a kid with some guy ages ago. She was probably pretty wild. Mr. Wade, you liked her back in school. Still like her? Could her brat be yours instead? Nonsense.
Brad Wade. Is that brat yours?
Were you the guy at Rich Hotel back then?
I can't believe you're this kind of person. Ask any random guy. To be your son's dad. Yael, not even God can save you today.
Release me.
Get in the room with me.
How dare you hit me? How dare you hit me?
Don't call yourself a man for doing that.
And Mr. Gold.
Ian.
Take your stupid crew and get lost.
Zach. We shouldn't mess with them.
Ian, you shouldn't get involved with her. Don't be fooled by her looks. I was bewitched by her back in school. I did like her. But I didn't expect her to be. Birds of a feather flock together.
Don't you think you're a fool? You used to like her, but now you're trashing her. Your feelings are worthless.
Ian Gold is such a good person.
Always in a mess. Whenever I see you.
Thank you, Mr. Gold.
Are you off work? I'll send you home.
It's fine. I can go home myself.
Get a lawyer. Gather the evidence. Send the guy who hurt Yael to jail.
Mr. Gold, Zach hangs out with heirs from wealthy families. Are you sure you want to offend them? Because of Yael?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Not at all. It's just that Yael tried to extort the Shaws previously. Brad Wade is right. Yael isn't as simple as she seems.
I remember she was the top scorer. How could someone outstanding commit extortion and let herself be imprisoned? Yael. It's too late for you to be walking home alone. I'll send you home.
It's fine, Mr. Gold. Thank you.
You can report them for hurting you. At least get them to pay for your treatment.
I'm used to it, it's fine.
Yael. Don't be afraid. I can help you.
Mr. Gold. It's fine. Appreciate the thought. You can help me this time, but not for the rest of my life. I can handle it.
How could she be so ungrateful?
Project overseas. Leave tomorrow.
Mr. Gold, what did I do wrong again? Ian, why are you so good to Yael?
Mind your own business.
Ian,
The eldest son.
you should lead by example and carry the weight of the family name.
Zach, let's buy some snacks for the dog.
Dad, Ian. This is Yael Shaw, the daughter of the Shaw family.
Zach, Yael is an outstanding girl. You should learn from her.
This is my girlfriend.
You have bad taste.
Ian. Zach is quite nice.
Ian.
You'll regret this. Yael was blooming with talent and glowing.
With promise back then.
But now, do you regret loving a loser? Like Zach Gold? Send her home.
Miss Shaw, there aren't any more buses at this hour. Mr. Gold wants me to send you home.
No need, thank you. I'll walk home.
Ms. Shaw, I heard your son is sick. Goldcorp has a charity with the hospital. It might help you.
Mr. Gold, you wouldn't help me for no reason. Just say it.
Ben loves to work. He'll be stationed overseas. I need an assistant. I wonder if you're interested.
Mr. Gold, you don't need an assistant.
Just get in. You don't have to answer me now. I'll let you make up your mind. Don't hesitate to call me.
Ian Gold is the only person who can protect Invalia.
I can't believe Mr. Gold let Yael sit beside him. The world's gone mad.
Uncle Sean, you've been at it all day. Take 5.
Nah, I'm good.
Gotta keep grinding for you, kid.
Hey! Got paid yet? I'm broke. Lend some cash. I carried you for 10 months. I may not have raised you, but you still owe me.
Joe, sweetie. Don't bother Sean. Let's go inside. Can't believe it.
I actually spent 21 years in this dump.
Sue.
Don't act like we're close.
Yael, get over here. What are you all doing here again? Sean, should I call the cops? No.
If we do, and something occurs, they make us withdraw.
Then what do we do?
Take a gamble.
I've given you enough time. You need to get to the hospital now. You won't always be lucky enough. Run into a lead. Joe,
Take this and wait inside. Call the number if I'm in danger.
Okay.
Zach. I'm not doing surgery for her. If you care about her, don't waste time.
Yael, you promised. How can you be heartless?
You're her brother. Why don't you do it?
Because you owe her.
You say I owe her. What do I owe her? She should pay the price. Ask her do it.
No way.
She's old.
You ungrateful brat. I gave you to the Shaws for a better life. You stole Sue's life, you should pay up. Now go.
Honestly, you two act more like a real mom and daughter. You sure that DNA test was real?
Zach, she's so toxic. Stirring things again.
You're doing it again. That's how you fooled me back then. I don't care. Get her in the car. Wait. Sue. I dropped out of school to pay for yours. I'm not perfect, but I did my part. As Shaw heiress, you can find another donor. You can find another donor. Let her go, please. Got some nerve. You abused her and even tried to assault her. Today, you pay for everything. You said that about me? You liar. You. Get him. Beat him to a pulp.
What are you doing? Let go of my brother.
Sue, you're such a liar. You're the worst of them all.
Stop it.
That's enough. You want me to let him go? Then get on your knees for Sue.
Dialing. Dad, it's me, Joe.
Let's wrap up here. Keep up the good work.
Dad, I'm at Sunshine Garage now. Mom and Uncle Sean are bullied. Mr. Gold has a son?
No idea, Mr. Gold.
Get the car. Head to Sunshine Garage. Joe, how many are there? For bodyguards with bad guys bullying us. Be strong, Joe. Count to 100. I'll be there. Don't hang up. Okay.
Mr. Gold. Hold him down. Such useless hands. Let's break them.
Zach, come at me. Leave him alone.
On your knees. For Sue.
You'll regret this. Touch Sean again and we die together.
Zach. Kate, help, she's lost it.
Let go of sister. Yael. Want to die? Yeah.
I've had enough. You pushed me to this. Hurt Sean, and I'll take her down with me.
Yael. Think this through. If Sue gets even a scratch. Sean and that brat are dead. Get in the house. Bring me that brat.
Yes, sir. Joe.
Mom.
How dare you touch Sue? You must have a death wish. Hey, that's enough. Cut it out. Feeling sorry? Sue's your sister.
Y'all's just a fake. You should have seen this coming.
Ever since you betrayed me. We're here for surgery. Not revenge. As long as you behave and come with us. We'll call it even. Take her.
Get off me. Let me go. Joe.
Dad, I counted to 100. Come save us.
Let me go.
Hands off. Are you okay?
Joe.
You really hit a woman? What kind of man does that? Ian, this is between me and her.
She owes Sue.
You're lucky you're a woman. You keep saying it's for Sue. Is this really about her or just payback? Go explain that to the cops.
I'm your brother and a gold. You'd shame the Golds. Over some woman? Shame the Golds?
You shamed us the moment you hit a woman.
Mr. Ian, Zach is your brother. You called the cops? Yael. Tell the cops it was just a misunderstanding, you never reported it.
Yael, tell them it was nothing. Drop it. Or we won't let this go.
Like I said, it's your call.
They broke in here with people. Hurt Sean's hand. Ian called the cops and hit me. If anyone's retracting, it's him. Sean and I are the victims. We want an injury assessment.
We want the injury documented.
If it's even a minor injury, becomes a criminal case. Zach, maybe your mom never taught you respect. The world will.
Ian, you're trying to ruin me. Yael, you'd better drop it. Or I swear, I won't let you off easy.
Threatening a victim? Another charge. My lawyer will follow up. Come with us.
I'll walk myself.
Thanks, Mr. Gold.
Yael.
Yael. Yael.
Mr. Gold. The injury assessments for Yael and Sean just came in. Sean's hand is shattered in multiple places. As for Yael, her eardrum is ruptured. Lost her hearing. The cops filed a criminal case. Unless Yael and Sean drop it, no one can save Zach now.
He brought this on himself. You're awake?
Thank you, Mr. Gold.
Like I said, it's your call.
Mr. Gold's here to help and protect you. Yael, you're lucky.
Mr. Gold, I want to work with you. I don't leech off others for sympathy or seek that kind of protection. Besides, you've got all the control. If you ever change your mind, I'm toast.
What's your plan?
I know what Mia and Zach are hiding. Your mom's death. Mia had a hand in it. She killed her. That's how she became Mrs. Gold.
Yael, watch your mouth. You're just trying to use Mr. Gold to go after Mia and Zach.
5 years ago, framed and jailed, the Shaws and Mia set me up. Because I overheard a secret between Mia and Zach. If you don't believe me, you can investigate the caregiver who was with your mom back then. See if she took money from Mia and switched her meds.
Mr. Gold. I'll get someone on it right away.
Mr. Gold, talk again when you've confirmed it.
All right.
6 years ago, someone set me up and I got pregnant with Joe. The Shaws used Joe to keep me quiet and send me to prison. I thought if I went along with it, they'd let me go. But when I left, I realized they'd never meant to set me free. Because to them, I was the thief who stole Sue's life. Ian's dad.
Everything you have was supposed to be Sue's. We gave you the best education, so you could become a top student. If she had what you had, she'd be just as good, if not better.
Mrs. Shaw, you really believe in your dumb daughter. From what I know, even though Sue was taken by Hera, she never treated her badly. In fact, she made her own son drop out and work just so Sue could go to school. And it was the same school as Yael.
If Sue and Yael were actually switched at birth, Hera should have treated Sue like trash. Why work herself to the bone to put her in a fancy school?
Mom.
Same teachers, books. Sue, always last. You really think she could beat Yael, the state's top student?
Cade, say something for me.
Mom. Yael, was that great?
Mom.
Cade. Sue is your real sister. What if Yael's grades were good? She's an ex-convict now. She got kicked out of school. From now on, she belongs in the gutter.
That's enough.
This isn't the time for that. Name your price. How much do you want to drop the charges and let Zach out?
He assaulted us and caused lasting injuries. Criminal case. You want me to drop it? No way. He's going to jail.
Underestimated you, B*TCH. You're trying to get back at us. 5 years ago.
That's enough. Ms. Shaw, Ms. Shaw. Zach represents Gold Corp. I believe you know what's at stake. You can name your price, but don't get greedy. After all, you and your kid still have to live in Valia.
You've got the wrong idea.
I'm the one who turned Zach in. He deserves to go to jail, Ian.
He's your brother. If he ends up in jail, Gold Corp goes down with him.
If you're that worried about PR, call a press conference. Kick that shameless mistress and her son out of the family.
Ian Gold.
What are you saying? Come out.
From now on, Yael's under my protection. If any of you try to mess with her, you'd better think twice. While I'm here, you can do whatever you want. Until you can stand on your own. And as long as it's legal. Screw the consequences.
Thank you.
Ian. She's your brother's ex-fiancé. You're protecting her? Aren't you worried about rumors?
You, a homewrecker with no morals. You get to judge me?
Eve. See, he's trying to destroy Zach. He's afraid Zach will take his place.
Ian, you'd better think twice before you do anything. You don't speak for the Golds, not yet. Miss Shaw, you should also think carefully. Cross us or the Shaws. Do you even get what that means?
Eve, what about Zach?
She's a servant's kid. How hard can she be? She's a servant's kid. How hard can she be?
Don't worry. I won't let them touch you or your son.
Mom.
I dug everything. Yael Shaw. She used to be the Shaw heiress.
6 years ago, it emerged.
She was actually switched at birth by a servant. They kicked her out. Then, the blackmail charges came. She did 5 years. And got out.
I remember that story. That fake heiress thing was everywhere. But she doesn't seem like someone who'd pull something like that.
Back then, Yael was perfect. She was the pride of the Shaws. Top of her class. Talented. In pretty much everything. It's hard to believe. Her story ended like that.
Will there be more to the story? Someone that's smart wouldn't do something so stupid.
The case was full of holes. No solid evidence either. But she got pregnant before marriage. Had a son, Joe. Then she confessed and took a deal. A lot of money. So she got 5 years.
Could it be that the Shaws used the kid to threaten her out of revenge? A mom would do anything to protect her kid.
Mom. DNA results, you and Yael. Take a look. Case file. Years of searching. Disappointment every time. I don't see the point anymore. Can you not?
Back then, when I was pregnant with your sister, I went to Valia for work. But I went into labor early. I only saw her for a second before the nurse took her. It's been 27 years.
Mom. No matter what it says. Don't get upset if Yael's not our sister. We'll look. We won't give up. Mom, this What is it? Don't freak out. Probability of maternity. Yael, she's really our sister.
I knew it. I knew God would bring my daughter back to me.
Yael's really my sister?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Don't freak her out.
You're right.
Let's plan this. We can't show up and scare her. I finally found her.
Yeah. I finally found my daughter.
Found her. But why was she even with the Shaws? And what's with the whole fake heiress thing, saying she was just after their money? She's a lead. Who gave the Shaws rights?
There has to be something shady going on. Track down that servant. I want the full truth. Got it.
I'll start digging it now.
Sam.
Yeah.
You're calm one. Let's go see Yael together.
Mrs. Lead, we've found your daughter. It's Wendy. Wendy Jones. Mrs. Lead, we found your daughter. It's Wendy. Wendy Jones.
But.
Mom.
What did you say?
We found the nurse who was on duty when you gave birth. She admitted she switched the babies by mistake. Turns out, Wendy's your real daughter. The DNA results just came in. Subject 2, Wendy Jones.
Ms. Zane. We'll take over. You can go.
Yes, sir.
Probability of maternity, Sam handled. Yael's DNA test personally. Without her knowing. That one's solid. The Jones family one? Unsure if it's legit. Too many people have faked DNA tests. Just to get close to us. The Jones family isn't the first.
Well, let's see what they're really up to.
To be safe, we should keep Yael's identity under wraps. If the Jones family went this far, they've got bigger plans. If Yael's truth comes out, I'm afraid they might try to hurt her.
I'm worried about her. The Shaws have mistreated her for so long. We can't just stand by. Hans, let's go see her.
Okay. Let's go.
She's dropping the case today. I don't care if Ian's backing her. She's not untouchable.
Yael, you'd better withdraw the case.
If my son goes to jail, you better think about the consequences. You can't fight against us. We can easily destroy your entire family.
Name your price. Go on.
It wasn't me. Withdraw the case? Find Ian. What's wrong? Scared of him, you threaten me? Bully.
Yael Shaw.
I don't want to see you. Get lost.
Yael, you don't know what's good for you. Who's here?
SL*T. Why provoke them? Why call the cops? Get us killed. Withdraw the case. Are you my grandma?
But you two look exactly the same. Are you sure that evil woman beside you is really your daughter? I don't think you look alike at all.
You brat. What nonsense spouting. She is the Shaw's daughter. A DNA test was done.
That's right. Mom, I did a DNA test with Dad back then. I am your daughter.
Yes, there was a DNA test back then. Yael is not part of the Shaw family. Sue is.
Was the DNA test only done with the father? Wasn't there one with the mother? What if it was your husband who had children with others?
We haven't done a DNA test yet. Dare do one with me?
What are you saying? Carried you for 10 months and gave birth to you. You are my daughter. Whose could it be but mine?
If my mom is really your daughter, would you treat her so badly?
The asterisk starred. What are you saying?
Why are you nervous?
Mom. Don't listen to her nonsense.
Mom. Sue really seems to have only done the DNA test with Dad.
Cade, are you suspecting me?
No, I'm not. Clearing doubts. Go for a DNA test with Mom tomorrow. Once the result. Sue. Yael. Did it on purpose, Sue's weak body. You provoked her.
Yael. I shouldn't have trusted you.
She's just pretending.
There's a mouse. Mom. Cade.
If Hera really isn't my mother, Sue is the Shah's illegitimate daughter, then it makes sense that Hera hates me and Joe, but who is my biological mother?
You jinx. I'll beat you two to death.
Hit me if you're my mom. I don't mind being hit, but I'll call the cops and do a DNA test. If you aren't, then you're assaulting me.
Hera's treatment of Yael and Sue is worlds apart. Could there be something she's hiding?
Damn this B asterisk TCH, B asterisk star. What should I do? Cade suspects me.
That's enough. I'm not in the mood to deal with your problems. Yael, you better withdraw the case now. I heard your son is sick.
Requires hospital treatment weekly.
That's quite a significant cost. How about this? Settle this privately, and I'll pay you. How much are you paying?
I'll pay double. I support her suing your son for life imprisonment.
Ian. Zach is your brother.
Sorry. I'm an only child. My mom only had me.
Ian. Don't think that by sending Zach to prison, you'll get all the Gold family's assets. Dream on. Gold family assets?
Do you think I care? The reason Gold Corp is what it is today is all because of me. Gold Corp needs me. Not the other way around. Got it?
Just you wait.
I can testify.
Sean.
Was outside the delivery room. When Mom gave birth to Sue, I held her first. She is my mom's biological child. How about you do another DNA test?
What are you saying? Goodness. God is punishing me. Why did I give birth to you too? Oh God, what have I done to deserve this?
Cade, don't listen to their nonsense. They just don't want us to live in peace.
Let's go home first.
No, I can't let anyone know the truth. I've worked hard to achieve what I have today. I can't let Yael take away.
I must ruin her.
Before the truth is exposed.
Heartless, turning your back on me? Want me dead?
Mom! What goes around comes around. Karma follows. If Yael really isn't your daughter and you've made her suffer so much, that's a huge sin. You will go to hell, Mom.
Sean Lowe. You.
I've done the investigation. It's true that Mia bribed my mom's caregiver to swap meds, which worsened her condition and led to her death. Called the cops. They opened a file. Happened ages ago. Lack of proof. It will take some time to deal with Mia.
She left hidden problems at Gold Corp over the years, and she will surely plan a way out for her son. If you trust me, we can work together. I'll quickly find the spies that Mia has placed within Gold Corp. Make sure you hold your position.
What do you want?
I want to live peacefully with my son and Valia. But I need money. A reward.
Even if you don't help me, I'll still protect you.
No need, Gold. I want the reward I deserve. Start a business. Better to rely on myself.
All right.
So, you want Mr. Gold to help fund your business?
With abilities, can work by his side for a year, deserve this. Just want to make use of Mr. Gold's connections.
But she went to prison before even finishing college. And her qualifications don't meet our standards and requirements.
I remember the HR department doesn't include a degree as a requirement for recruitment. I only care about ability when they're working with me.
Okay, Mr. Gold. Understood.
Tell Ian to come back now. The Joneses brought reporters to talk about his mess from 6 years ago. Do you have any idea who Wendy is? She's the lead's lost daughter from 20 years ago. Ask him to come back and marry Wendy.
Mr. Gold, the Joneses brought reporters to your house.
Report to work tomorrow. Find me.
No need, Mr. Gold. Following procedure. Mr. Ford, please let HR know tomorrow.
My assistant doesn't need to go through HR.
But Mr. Gold, if Mia wants to place spies within Gold Corp, HR would definitely be a key point of entry.
Alright, let's go with your plan.
I'll see you out.
Mr. Gold, your father said Wendy is the lead's daughter they sought. They're the richest in Kethridge. Many want to get close, but they can't. Why don't you just marry Wendy?
You may leave tomorrow. I don't think I need you.
No, Mr. Gold, the Joneses brought reporters over. If you don't answer, isn't that irresponsible? Wait, Mr. Gold.
Mr. Gold. Sean, I want to do a DNA test with Hera.
I support you. If unwanted, I'll do it with you.
Sean, whatever happens, you'll always be my brother.
No matter what.
You'll always be my sister.
Let's go. I once thought Cade was the best brother in the world. But reality hit me hard.
Mom, not time to reunite with her. Something's off about Hera. My men saw her at Jones Manor. You mentioned it before. You competed with the Joneses for a project 20 years ago and won. I guess there's a big conspiracy behind this.
I understand. My dear. You've suffered so much. Over the years.
Mom, let's go home.
Your family is well known and respected. Escalation occurred. Shouldn't you explain? Don't think you can bully us just because we've fallen. Wendy is the lost daughter of the lead family. Once she reunites with them, let's see if you still dare to treat us poorly.
Have some tea first. Don't worry, I'll take care of this. I'll make sure Ian marries Wendy. What?
You want to marry Wendy? Does Mia know?
Ian Gold.
Cut the nonsense. Apologize to Wendy now. Do you know we will be working with Lead Corp? Wendy and Lead Corp's chairwoman have already done a DNA test. She's the long-lost daughter of the Lead family.
Ian, I don't want to pressure you in the name of the lead family. I just want you to take responsibility for me. Knows what happened 6 years ago.
What happened 6 years ago?
The night we slept together.
Who can prove that I slept with you? We were
Both drunk at the time.
Ms. Wendy Jones, you've always been alcohol intolerant. I also asked your friends who were with you at the party. All of them confirmed that you didn't drink at the time.
I didn't drink much. But Ian did. He forced me.
If you didn't drink, why you enter my room in a sober state? You say I forced you? Fine. Were the room lights on or off?
Mom.
Look at me. Answer my question. If you don't answer, I have the right to pursue defamation and slander based on the rumors you created.
They were on.
Did I take off my clothes?
You did.
Ian, that's enough.
Are you the one marrying her, or am I? If it's me, then shut up.
You
Have birthmark above collarbone. Tell me, is it black or red? You forgot? If I really forced you 6 years ago, you would never forget about it.
Ian. I only remember you. Have a birthmark there, but I forgot its color.
I'm sorry, Ms. Jones. I don't have any birthmark. Above my collarbone. You lost. Thank you. Thanks for telling me it wasn't her. 6 years ago. By the way, if the Joneses spread any more rumors that affect my reputation, it will be considered slander and defamation without any evidence.
Is this the attitude of your family? You really think Wendy wants to be with you? When she reunites with the leads, there will be plenty of people who want to marry her. Let's go.
Wait. Ian, I don't know what happened 6 years ago. But today you must promise to marry Wendy. Don't forget what your grandpa said. If you want the shares, you must get married first.
He just wants a granddaughter-in-law. Fine. I'll bring one back right away, but you don't need to worry. As for Wendy, if you want to marry her, clean up the mess and marry her.
Joe, sit tight.
Are you happy? Yes.
Dad.
Joe. Play over there for a while. I'll come find you later, okay?
Have Mia or the Shaws look for trouble?
No, Mr. Gold, they haven't done anything.
Yeah, I have a deal. See if interested.
What is it?
My grandpa owns all of Goldcorp's shares. He once said that whether it's me or Zach, who marries and has kids first, will get the bigger cut. Though I don't care about Goldcorp's shares, I don't wish Zach and Mia to have them. My grandpa's been unwell lately. Mia is urging Zach to get married before me. If not for the fact he hit you, was imprisoned, he would have already married Sue.
What are you suggesting, Mr. Gold?
Marry me.
You want to marry me? To spite Mia and Zach?
That's not it. It's because my grandpa is rushing me, and the position of Goldcorp's CEO will help you a lot in your future. Once you're settled in Valia's business circle, I'll agree to a divorce anytime.
Sorry, Mr. Gold. You know Joe's situation. I can't marry you with a child. It's just not practical.
My grandpa said shares are divided by headcount.
Joe isn't your child. And, as you know, I had a child unmarried. If we get married, even if it's business, it will bring a lot of criticism.
I want to know why you chose to keep Joe back then.
Congenital heart disease. Body is weak, the doctor told me. If I had an abortion, I might never be able to get pregnant again. Besides, Joe is innocent.
As you said, Joe is innocent. Then what did you do wrong? You were set up 6 years ago. The guilty one should be the SC asterisk bag that got you pregnant. So what if we're criticized? We don't live for others, do we?
Yes, I'm innocent. 5 years prison has stripped me of all my pride. Shouldn't. And don't want to be trapped here.
Yael, I respect your choice. I'm just offering a mutually beneficial proposal.
Mr. Gold, we need to keep this marriage a secret before we find Mia's spies in Goldcorp. Can't let the enemy know. This is an opportunity for me. Ian will help get everything I want much faster.
I agree.
One more thing. Joe's weak. I need to find his father. For checkup, decide Joe's treatment. Could you help me find his father?
Dan will look into it. We'll definitely find him.
Pleasure working with you, Mr. Gold. I never thought there'd be a day when Zach would abandon me, and I'd marry his brother. Even if it's purely business.
Mom, come play with me.
Mr. Gold. Yael's child. Looks a lot like you. Were he your child, Mr. Gold Sr. will be happy. He'd give all the shares. That B** starred son wouldn't be in the picture.
Why haven't you left yet?
Mr. Gold, by the way, Mia had someone do a psychological evaluation on Zach. They used his mental illness as a reason to apply for a medical release for him. Mr. Gold Sr. unwell. Mia had Zach and Sue register their marriage. Tomorrow night is Mr. Gold Sr.'s birthday. I think Mia is set to fight you for the shares.
She's not worthy, Mr. Gold.
Even if Mr. Gold Sr. doesn't like it, Zach still has the blood of the Gold family. If married first, and makes Mr. Gold Sr. happy, he'll probably give Zach the shares.
Well, I'm getting married.
Mr. Gold, are you serious? Are you going to marry Wendy?
Did you see that? That's my wife.
Mr. Gold, are you possessed? Yael's reputation is bad. Want to marry her? Plus, she has a child. Are you? Mr. Gold, what exactly do you see in Yael?
If you'd seen her before the Shaw family broke her wings, maybe you'd understand why I want her so badly.
Mr. Gold, she's your crush?
Zach, Yael is still inside.
The school will handle it.
She'll be fine. It's dangerous. Look.
Your hand is hurt. Go to the infirmary.
Yael. Yael,
Yael.
have some water. Do you feel better now?
Zach? You saved me?
It was me.
A teenage crush is like a seed. Even if I don't want to admit it, it had already taken root in my heart. Only when I saw Yael again did I realize attention I gave her back then was already love in disguise.
Mrs. Jones, back then, I followed instructions from you and Mr. Jones. I think Mrs. Shaw is starting to doubt Sue's identity. If her identity gets exposed, you've got to help us.
Why panic? As long as Wendy gains Jane's trust and becomes an heiress to the Lead family, there's nothing to worry about.
Mrs. Jones, you're a step ahead. The big plan you set up back then is about to reach the final stage.
Everything I've done is for our mutual benefit.
Of course.
Mom, Ian knows that I wasn't the one who slept with him. What if he refuses to marry? Once recognized as Lead family's heiress, Ian will surely marry you. Mia has always been helping Zach fight for the shares that belong to Ian. Ian knows who to marry to benefit him the most. You're right, Mom.
The Leads are here.
Let them in.
Got it.
Leave now. Madam Cork, it has been over 20 years since we last met. You still look so young. I didn't expect that there would be such a connection between us. Wendy is my blessing. We adopted her. And I never imagined that she was your daughter.
Wendy. My daughter.
Mom.
You two conspired to deceive my daughter. I'll make sure you pay for this.
Since Wendy is your daughter, are you going to take her back?
Yes.
We came here today to take her back.
Although, Wendy is our adopted child. We've always treated her like our own. Are you planning to take her back just like that?
Mr. Jones. What are you suggesting?
You should at least hold a press conference to acknowledge her identity. Then, host a high society gala to introduce Wendy to everyone.
The Joneses want to use our name to gain benefits. That's too blatant.
Dad. I'm really fine. Already happy. Mom acknowledges me.
Don't worry. My daughter deserves a grand occasion. I'll hold a press conference and let everyone know that I've found my daughter. I'll organize a gala to introduce her to everyone.
That's wonderful. Mom. Thank you.
Unbelievable. I married Ian.
In my eyes,
Ian was always an unattainable person. Always admired and wanted to surpass him.
I'll keep it for you in case you lose it.
Dad. Dad, you're my dad now, right?
Yes. Joe. From now, I'm your dad.
Dad, why did you only acknowledge me and Mom now? Why did you abandon us for so long?
Calm down, Joe. He didn't.
It's my fault. I'll always be with you. Your mom.
You can't lie. Pinky promise. Pinky promise.
If Ian, Joe's father, how wonderful would that be?
marriage certificate. Tomorrow's Grandpa's birthday. Bring the marriage certificate. You got married before Ian. If Tyrone doesn't like it, he has to keep his promise and give the shares to you. That old man said those things to make Ian settle down. Like to see how he'll shoot himself in the foot.
Zach, we finally got married.
You'd better have a kid soon. Tyrone likes kids. If you have the first son, 2/3 of Gold Corp's shares will be ours.
Mom. Ian turned down the Jones family. He probably won't get married anytime soon. We got married, one step ahead. Besides, Sue isn't in great health.
No, Zach. I'm fine. We can have a kid.
Health's more important. Mom, I'm tired. I'll go back first.
Zach Gold, are you still thinking about Yael? She tried to send you to jail. I'm married. But my wife's not Yael.
Mom. Are you really sure that's Sue?
I think you've been fooled by Yael again.
But Mom. I found something.
Gary, that scumbag. He's desperate. He just goes after any woman. He's really desperate. He just goes after any woman.
Mom, just to be safe. How about you and Sue do a DNA test?
But Sue can't handle any stress. When she hears about a DNA test, she gets all worked up. What if? Then we'll do it secretly. Tyrone, today is your birthday. Zach brought you a grand gift. He got married. They'll have a baby soon.
Younger brother. You're not as capable as Ian. You're eager to get married. Grandpa, I'm not worse than Ian in any way.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. Zach got married. What about you? I'll never be better than Ian in Grandpa's eyes.
Grandpa, I also brought you a grand gift. Not only am I married, I even have a son.
Great Grandpa wishing you endless happiness.
Thank you. Such a good kid. Let me have a good look at you. You look exactly like Ian did when he was young.
Ian, you.
You married her? Achin. Why you married her?
Is there a problem?
Tyrone. Do you know who Ian married? Yael Shaw was Zach's fiancé.
So what? Zach has married someone else now. She was just his fiancée. They weren't married, even if they had divorced. It's all about freedom in marriage. This is a modern era.
But she had that B asterisk starred out of wedlock. How could she enter the Gold family?
Watch your mouth. How can you curse in front of a child? He's definitely Ian's child. Ian is really something. He brought me such a big surprise. I think you're purposely trying to make me unhappy.
Tyrone, you're mistaken. But this child really isn't Ian's. Get her out.
She's nonsense.
Tyrone.
Grandpa, Yael betrayed me and had that B asterisk starred. He really isn't Ian's child. I raised Ian. This child looks just like Ian did when he was young. You think I can't tell if he's Ian's son? I may be old. But I'm not blind yet. Yael. You married Ian. Just to get back at me?
Zach. You overthink.
Mr. Gold Sr. Yael is a fake heiress who took away my identity. She's a liar. She was imprisoned for extortion back in the day. How could you let her marry Ian? How could you let her marry Ian?
Hadn't mentioned extortion. I wasn't even planning to come after you. Back then, you used Yael's kid to force her to confess. With zero evidence. You sent her to prison for 5 years. I swear. I'll make you pay for that.
He's always believed in me.
You've all been fooled by her. Mr. Gold Sr. Yael is full of lies. She's the best at lying. She's a total fraud.
Who would I trust? If I don't trust the grandson I raised myself?
Mr. Gold Sr. Grandpa.
Sue isn't well. We'll be skipping dinner tonight. Oh, my sweet baby. What kind of father are you? Why did you have him grow up out there? Do you want to give me a heart attack?
Grandpa. I said all that to mess with Zach and Mia. Actually, this kid.
Stop feeding me nonsense. My eyes are better than any DNA test. This kid looks like you did. Don't try to lie to me.
Yeah, he really does look just like I did.
Why don't we do a DNA test?
Do you even need one? You look exactly the same.
He looks just like Mr. Gold.
No need for a test at all. Mr. Gold Sr.'s eye is spot on. If he says he's your son, he is. Yeah.
You really do look alike.
Could Yael be the woman from 6 years ago? Yael. I got set up 6 years ago at Rich Hotel. Possible? That Joe is my son?
Mom, I heard from Uncle Sean that a scumbag hurt you 6 years ago. Was Dad that scumbag?
I'm sorry, Joe. I got set up. I never meant to abandon you or your mom.
Even though I don't know. What exactly happened between you? I'm pretty sure that you're the scumbag.
Could it really be Ian?
I thought I got set up. Then my dad forced me to go abroad for 5 years. No,
Don't apologize, Mr. Gold. We still don't know the full truth. Even if it really was you. Not your fault.
if it really was me, I'll take responsibility.
I don't need you to take responsibility. I'm done with promises. I'm done hoping. I won't falter.
Ian, oh, Ian. Taking responsibility isn't just about saying it. You need to show it. Treat your wife right. She's the one who'll be with you forever.
I will, I swear.
Mom, Ian married Yael. Grandpa accepted him. We've got no shot. Grandpa's transferring 2/3 of shares.
Don't panic. All the key directors in the company are on our side. Even if Ian gets the shares, what can he do? Besides, he turned down Wendy and married Yoel, already disgraced. He offended Wendy. And offending her means offending the lead family. Tell Sue to go talk to Wendy. Have the lead family cut all ties with Gold Corp. I doubt anyone will back Ian after he causes such trouble.
Mom, you are the best.
Calm in a crisis. This is something you'll never beat Ian at.
Ian Gold. I'm gonna crush you. And make you beg me on your knees.
Hello, I was referred by Mr. Ford for the CEO assistant position. All right.
So you're Yael Shaw? Senior profile. A college dropout and ex-convict. How dare you apply for the CEO assistant position?
Referred by Mr. Ford. Mr. Gold approved. Also, there's nothing in the assistant job listing about a degree requirement.
Not there. Still, you should have some self-awareness. Forget it. You were referred by Mr. Ford. Come on in. Remember whatever I'm going to tell you. Mr. Gold's diet is irregular. He's hypoglycemic. He likes peanut candy. Before the meeting, grab some from the break room and give it to him.
Got it, Ms. Lloyd. I'll go get it right now.
Mrs. Gold actually called me for that idiot? Mrs. Gold actually called. Ian has a peanut allergy. If anything happens, Yael won't be able to clear her name.
Peanut candy.
Is Yael here?
Don't worry, Mr. Gold. But one more thing. Prepare yourself. Case file Joe is your son. Case file. Unbelievable. The woman who slept with Mr. Gold back then was actually Yael. Sorry, Mr. Gold. I've been looking in the wrong direction all these years. I focused on the woman who entered your room. Was in the right room. She was locked in that room after being set up. The one who actually went to the wrong room was you.
It was her. It really was her. Why didn't I find her sooner? If I had found her earlier, she wouldn't have suffered so much.
Sorry, Mr. Gold.
Mr. Gold, I'm intern assistant Yael Shaw. You have a meeting now.
I'm sorry. Joe is really my son. 6 years ago, I was the one who went to the wrong room and assaulted you.
Mr. Gold.
Ms. Lloyd asked me to bring you peanut candy. She knows you're allergic.
I'll eat anything you give me.
Mr. Gold. You'll die. Spit it out. Come on, Mr. Gold.
Call an ambulance. Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold.
Y'all, I told you that Mr. Gold. He's allergic to peanuts. You gave him peanut candy? This is attempted murder. I'll call the cops.
Are you sure?
What now? Are you begging for mercy? Once I call the cops, you'll end up in prison again for murder. Your life will be ruined.
Let's see. Imprisoned.
Remember whatever I'm going to tell you.
Likes peanut candy.
Before the meeting, grab some from the break room. Got it.
I'll go get it right now.
You recorded? You set me up.
Ms. Lloyd, if I hand this recording to the cops, who's the one who'll be charged with murder? Who will end up in prison? Ms. Lloyd, getting to your position in a big company like Gold Corp wasn't easy, huh? I heard. You have 2 kids to take care of.
Y'all, delete the recording. What do you want? You can ask for anything.
I want the list of spies from Mia in Gold Corp.
I don't understand.
Call the cops. I'll hand over the recording.
You seem to have forgotten their surveillance in my office. Another piece of evidence for attempted murder.
Mr. Gold. You and Yael teamed up to set me up?
I wouldn't give Mr. Gold real peanut candy. What he ate was milk candy.
Are you going to protect Mia? Imprisoned, leaving your children to suffer. Cooperate with me and hand over Mia's list.
Mr. Gold. I'll cooperate with you. I'll give you the list. Please. Don't call the cops.
Depends on your performance.
Shocking, you're the lead's daughter. They're the richest in Kethridge. Even the Golds are trying to work with them.
True. The Gold family can't compare to us without Ian.
But there's something I need to tell you. Yesterday was Mr. Gold's birthday. Ian actually brought Yael home. And they're officially married now.
What did you say?
Well, you see, Ian prefers marrying Yael, a fake heiress, than marry you. He's really got no taste. Yael?
She has nothing. How can she compete with me?
Tomorrow, the leads are holding a press conference and a gala. All of Valia's business and elite circles will be there. Ian is definitely bringing Yael along. If we expose Yael and her B***-starred son, Ian will be embarrassed and see your value.
Sounds good.
Mom. All arranged. We've already made things clear with Ian. Tomorrow, he'll bring Yael along. Hera, the Golds, and the Shaws will be there too. All the schemes and truths will come to light tomorrow.
It's all because of these SC asterisk bags that Yael has suffered for so many years. She was jailed and accused of being a fake heiress.
Mom, it'll all be over soon once Yael comes back. We'll make it up to her.
That's right. We won't let anyone who bullied Yael off the hook.
Such a grand event. Wendy is really lucky. Too bad some people don't know how to appreciate it.
Never bow your head. Your crown will fall.
Yeah. While alive, life always has endless possibilities. I won't give up.
You're a fake. Think a man can turn your life around?
What about you? Aren't you with a man?
Yael.
You betrayed me and married Ian. Mark words. You're going to regret this. Ian is using you.
She's your sister-in-law. How rude. You.
Ian. I'll surpass you.
You think you can?
Cannot surpass him. Because you're timid, weak, and indecisive. You're just a mama's boy who still hasn't let go of her. You want to reach Ian's level? Never in this life.
Is she complimenting me?
Mom, isn't today's gala for me? How can random people come in? Yael is just an outcast, and an ex-convict at that. I heard she got pregnant before marriage. Such a SL*T.
Looks like the lead's daughter doesn't really like you. Yael, you offended Wendy. See how you'll fix that.
Yael, you slept with a random guy 6 years ago. And even had a kid. You still managed to marry Ian.
Yael is the Shaw family fake heiress.
She stole Sue's life.
Had kid unmarried.
Managed to marry Ian.
How could he marry a woman like that? Yeah. Yael. With your current status? You don't deserve to be with Ian. Ian. How could you marry her? People will laugh at you. Mom. I've liked Ian for a long time. Say the word. And let me marry Ian?
The random guy you talk about is me. I'm Yael's son's real father. Do you want me to show you the DNA test?
It was Mr. Gold?
They're married now.
Is normal?
Yeah, Mom.
Is this how the Joneses teach you? Move.
How can someone like this attend Leeds gala?
Don't scold her yet. Today. Other than introducing my daughter to everyone. I've got something important to let everyone know.
Still keeping quiet? Don't make me say it.
Mrs. Jones. They know everything about your plan.
What? What nonsense are you saying?
You were jealous of the leads for stealing your business, so you made me steal Jane's daughter. But the hospital was strict. I couldn't steal the child. I had to swap the kids. It was her.
It was her. She taught me. The*TCH. What nonsense are you spouting? Don't listen to her crazy talk. Wendy is your daughter. Didn't you do a DNA test?
Mrs. Lead.
Back then.
I sneaked into the kids' room and swapped the Shaw's daughter with your daughter. What did you say?
My child? Who was swapped with?
Let me tell you, Sue isn't your daughter. She's your husband's and Hera's daughter. Your real daughter was given to my mom. After my mom found out, she took the child to the police. We're not sure where the child is now. And Yael is the lead family's daughter.
Don't be scared. I'm here.
How are you so vicious? How could you be so cruel?
Mr. Shaw, DNA test results came out.
Sue and Mrs. Shaw
Are indeed not related.
Mom.
Get lost.
You're not my daughter.
Zach. Let me explain.
Zach.
I'll explain it for you.
Hera knew Yael wasn't the Shaw's daughter. She knew if the DNA test results came out. Yael has no relation to the Shaw family. Because you were jealous of Yael. You and Hera came up with that evil plan. The whole fake heiress scheme was planned out by you and Hera.
No, all lies.
Still denying it? You knew Yael had a heart disease but still forced to donate a kidney. You just wanted to kill her.
No.
Gary, SC** bag. Not human. It's all because of you. It's all because of you, you SC bag.
You're such a shrew. It's all my fault. It's my fault. Sorry, Yael, didn't know. Mr. Shaw. Yael's our sister. It's not your place to act all dramatic. It's all my fault. It's my fault. So what if it's your fault?
Raised me 21 years. Paid back. With 5 years in prison.
Don't run. Weren't you tough? Insulting Yael? Mr. Lead, a misunderstanding. All them.
They put me up to it.
Spreading rumors? None of you are getting away. Yael.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm sorry you had to suffer.
Things sure are lively. Let's go.
Mrs. Gold.
Were you the one who used Yael's child to threaten her into confessing to extortion?
Do you have any proof?
Don't rush. Proof doesn't matter. But I believe every word my sister says. Let's take it slow. As long as you're in the Gold family, Lead Corp and Gold Corp will be enemies. Look,
This is the mess you made. Listen carefully. If the Lead family harms Gold Corp because of you, you'll be out of my family.
Don't think this means you won. Gold Corp is full of my people. Is that so, Ms. Lloyd?
Mrs. Gold handed the personnel list to Mr. Gold.
UB*TCH. You betrayed me. Evildoers pay in the end.
Zach. Please help me. Zach.
get lost. Yael, I'm sorry. I know you love me. She lied to me. Zach, you disgust me.
I'm really sorry.
Suspected of crime.
Come with us. Dad, help me. Your daughter. Dad.
You're not my daughter. I'm guilty and admit it. I was behind Yael's rumors and her imprisonment. For extortion. It was all me.
Cade. All your fault. Ruined my family.
You never look for the reason in yourself.
Ms. Mia Quinn, you're suspected of murder. You bribed a caregiver to harm Eve's first wife. She gave us evidence. Come with us.
I didn't.
I was wrong. I was completely wrong. Yael.
Yael, you're my fiancé. Come back home with me.
Yael.
Zach has a mental illness and is on medical parole. Send him to a mental hospital now. For proper treatment.
Yael, let's go.
Yael. You were supposed to be a blooming rose. You have the Lead family. You won't need me anymore. If you want a divorce, I can do that anytime.
Ian. Want to take care of me and Joe?
I do. But I don't want you to compromise. For me.
I'm not compromising. We can get to know each other slowly.
I understand you better. Yael, Ian?
You two are together now? Back in high school, Ian risked his life to save you from a fire.
So, you were the one who saved me back in high school?
It's not important. None of this matters.
It matters.
It matters.
Ian. So I've been wrong. From the beginning. Zach? You saved me?
Yes, it was me.
Thank you. I've pursued you for long.
If you really want to thank me, then accept me. Everyone thinks you're my girlfriend.
Okay.
Ian. If you dare bully Yael, the three of us.
And our mom will never spare you.
I'd never bully her.
Dad, Mom!
Joe. My daughter. Found happiness.
Mom, we found our sister now.
Once we handle those who split us up, make amends to her.
We will.